Hey guys, Sublord here, back in with another action figure review and a return to something my good buddy Evil Villain doesn't give a rat's ass about, because today we're going to be taking a look at the Popeye Ultimate Olive Oil and Sweet Pea, brought to us by the fine folks over at Boss Fight Studios. I actually got good old Olive Oil and Wimpy, as I like to call him, the T-Biz figure, and my most recent pile of loot from the fine folks over at the Big and Bad Toy Store, because they keep putting these on sale. And I have to say, I think at this point I'm invested in this line, because I don't think there's a whole lot left for me to get. I think there's the Butcher, Castor Oil, who is Olive Oil's brother. I mean, they are both named after oils, so I guess that makes sense. The Sea Hag, and I think they made Pappy, which is Popeye's dad, if I'm not mistaken. So if I can snag those at a later date, I will. I know that Castor Oil's been on sale before, so maybe the other two, whatever, however many I'm missing at this point, I guess, go on sale. I'll try and pick them up too, because I like Popeye. I don't know about you. I'm not going to get into it here, but I said that Popeye's contribution to the history of cartoons and animation is kind of a big deal, because he came out in like the 1930s or 40s, so, you know, all your Looney Tunes, your Mickey Mouse, and all that jazz. He's been around for a hot minute. I think he even predates like Tom and Jerry, and obviously Hanna-Barbera. That wasn't a thing until the 60s, so, you know, been around for a while. He's an old fart, to say the very least. And a little trivia for you, the same actress who voiced Olive Oil and Popeye was also Betty Boop, and the, is it Aunt Clara? I can't remember. But in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, the aunt that was, a senile old lady. Did I break wind? And at the end of the movie, she starts singing the national anthem, and I love that movie. Either way, we're not talking about Christmas Vacation, though I wouldn't mind a line of those. I know NECA did a couple of Clark Griswolds, but again, not talking about that. Going on a tangent here. So before we get too far ahead of ourselves and throw out our wish list for potential action figure lines, why don't we cut right to the chase and take a look-see at all Olive Oil has to offer in terms of accessories. Starting with her alternate hands here. She's got two sets, just like Popeye and Bluto did. She's got a pair of grip hands, although nothing to really grip onto, at least not in that sense. I guess she kind of does, but kind of doesn't. That said, what's funny is she also comes with a pair of fist hands, so she can clock Bluto right in the friggin' gourd when he's trying to get all frisky with her, so that's kind of funny. She does have an extra head here, which I can never figure out where the front is. There it is. Her nose and her hair are almost the same shape. But there you go. And then, of course, I already said his name earlier. She comes with a little Sweet Pea. Always have to be Sweet Pea. He's got a little articulation here. He's got a ball peg in the head. He's got swiveling arms. He actually has a alternate head here. For those of you who can't put two and two together, he's Popeye and Olive Oil's son, so obviously he gets the girl in the end. Then he comes with his little hat. He actually holds it. You can't put it on his head, but he does have a little bit of a grip hand on this side. A little bit of an open hand on this side, so you can just kind of have him hold it like that. You'll see that a little better in Final Thoughts, but kind of a pain in the ass to get her to hold this little bugger, so I'm not gonna force myself to do that here, and I just knocked his head on the floor. There it is. After I bought the mic, that is. So taking a closer look at Olive Oil. She's got a soft goods dress. I'm not normally into this, like mixing plastic and soft goods. I'd rather just have all soft goods or all plastic, but in this case, since it's a different color, it totally works. And it's pretty decent material. It's thick enough, so I'm not worried about it fraying or anything. But as far as her articulation, step right out of the cartoon, I swear to God. As far as her articulation goes, she's got a ball peg in the head. I think it's single. I don't think her neck moves, no. But you can get a lot of range out of that. You're gonna look up all the way, down all the way, rotate a little bit. Kind of got to work it to rotate it because it is a thin piece there. She does have a lot of tilt. But yeah, a single ball peg gets arguably almost as much as that friggin' Savage Crucible guy I looked at a couple of weeks ago. Shoulders go out to the side, past 90. It's pretty good. Go down, they rotate. Be careful with this thing, by the way. If you intend to pick one up, I know Evil Villain probably doesn't, but anyone else, because she's very thin. Probably the only character that's thinner than me. I mean, really. She does have a bicep or elbow swivel, single elbow. She's got rotation in the hands. I remember I had to kind of pop the hands out and then put them back in to get them to spin. Like, hardly at all, so something to note there. As far as her torso goes, she does have a ball joint, and she's probably got the most range. And she can go back a little bit, and go forward a little bit, tilt side to side, and rotate, so that's not too bad. As far as her legs go, getting up close and personal with her here, she can kick out to the side about that far with one leg, less if you use both. She can kick forward and back. She does have a little built-in thigh swivel in the hip there. She does have a swivel in the knee with a single bend. It gets you a 90, pretty much. It's freaking olive oil from Popeye. What do you want? She does have a hinge in the foot with a rocker. Actual rocker, not like Popeye and Bluto. They just got the ball hinge or the ball peg feet. And then she has toe joints, which is kind of hilarious. So she's got the most articulation out of all of them. It's kind of funny because she is spindly, and you know, honestly surprised they put so much in there. But setting her aside there, of course, got to bring in her hubby, who I looked at quite a long time ago now. It's like a month and a half, 2 months. Here she is with Popeye. Pulling this can of spinach so we can whip Bluto's ass. Obviously Popeye is a little shorter than she is. That's how it is. Yeah, I think the scale is fine. She's supposed to be taller than he is. That said, I guess we'll set him right there. That way you can see all three of them together. Come over a little bit. There you go. And the whole family's here. Look at that. Ain't that sweet? It makes me want to vomit in my mouth. Setting Popeye aside. Put olive oil back in the center here so we can bring out our two regulars. The Mythic Legion's brother Mandibulus. Funny enough, I just thought of this. But I bring him in. And of course the infamous 11 Spawn. And if you hadn't noticed, Olive Oil is a card-carrying member of the, well, I guess at this point it's people in Red and Black Club. She's got a red shirt and a black dress. So with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and out of all of the Popeye Ultimates I have accumulated thus far, I have to say the good old Olive Oil and Shui Pei here are probably my least favorite, although that's probably just my inner young self talking, because I was never big on the girl figures as a kid, still not really big on the girl figures in my later years, unless it's the Marvel Legends Angela or the Lady Death from Loose Collector, but I might like those for different reasons that I will not discuss here. That said, I will say that the fine folks over at the Boss Fight Studios did a very fine job on these two, despite the fact that Sweepy is a bit of a challenge to get balanced in Olive Oil's arms, and well, if you're not careful with olive oil, you could snap her. I mean, she's probably the only character I know that's thinner than me. That said, I will say the one thing that I am quite impressed with is actually the soft goods dress on her. I wasn't expecting a soft goods dress at all, and normally I'm not a fan of split hard plastic and or soft goods on figures when it comes to clothing. I usually like it to be uniform, but in this case, since the dress is a different color from her shirt, I think it works just fine here. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.